Rock. Come on, let me see. Now. Right. There we go. What happened? There we go. Hey, Shawn, finally. How are you, King? How you been? How's AC going?
I'm good. How are you? I'm sorry I had logging in issues.
That's okay. We all had technical problem issues right now. But how you feeling? How's Atlanta weather right now? Everybody, if you all don't know, now you need to know. This is AC, Atlanta, the king of AC right now. Atlantic City, give y'all hands up for my homie, my brother, Shawn Rock.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, let me ask you this. You know, this is the 50 years of anniversary of hip hop.
Right.
So, what are your plans are for the 50 years of hip hop?
As far as me musically, personally?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Before I even talk about what the projects and stuff I got coming out, I want to go check out the museum. I think it's in the Bronx, I believe.
Yes,
I think it's in the Bronx. Yeah, I want to go check that out this year just to see, you know, the setup and see what it's like and go through all the different eras of hip hop that they got on display. Me, myself, personally, I just came out with a new album at the end of 2022. So I'm just, right now, I'm just shooting a couple of videos from it. I got some side projects, a couple features with some artist friends of mine. So we just working this year. You know, I took some time off. I had to deal with some family issues, and now we're just trying to get back into it.
I understand the house of babies and everything, and you know, my condolences out to you. You just lost the baby boy, was it, or a girl?
It was a baby boy. He would have been a year old on the 18th that just passed. He would have been 1, but we lost him. He was stillborn. He was 8 months when we lost him. So, yeah.
Wow, my condolences out to you guys. Wow, wow. And I know that got to be hard on you and your wife, you know, dealing with, you know, with the baby issue. Are you all going to try again? Or
yeah, we're going to try one more time. It was definitely hard for her. You know, she carried him. It was hard for me.
Right.
It was hard for me as a dad, but I think it was harder as a husband to see her go through the motions of carrying this child for. He would have been 9 months when we lost him. He was 8 months, turning 9 months 2 days later. So he was basically full term. He's ready to go. So it took a lot to get through that. We are still dealing with it. For his 1-year-old birthday, I just released a video and the song I dedicated to him. I think it's pinned. I think it's pinned to my Instagram. Like it's the first video when you go on there. So yeah, we dealing with it. Yeah. My other kids are doing good. They're spoiled, rotten monsters. You know how that goes.
I wonder where they get that from. Every time. And then you all did a movie shoot last year, right?
No, I didn't do.
In between,
I didn't do the movie. My boy, Platinum P, Moosey, couple of the other homies. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but they shot a movie, a web series, which is pretty dope. I also think my boy P is working on his own movie. He's got his podcast going. So I was supposed to be a part of that, but the schedule and the timing was all crazy. and I was, you know, all
That's
I don't keep
amazing.
still, so I'm all over the place. You know, so it's hard. I know you've been trying to get me for like, I don't know, 2 months. I'm everywhere.
It's been 2 months. I thought it was
Huh?
3. I thought it was 3 months. I was trying to get
It
at
might,
you for you to come on my podcast
it
interview.
might, yeah. Or somebody just said what the web series. Yep, that's it. But yeah, it might have been 3 months. I can't even keep up. It's hard for me to keep up with the days now.
Right, right. Now let me ask you this, because you know we all know Mike Nitty. You know he's also the king of Atlantic City. We got a lot of kings coming straight out from Atlantic City. Are you and Mike Nitty are doing anything together? Even though he just lost his mom today, and my condolences out to Mike. You know it's hard. It's been hard on him for the longest. So my prayers and shout outs all to
Yeah,
Mike. You got my you got my heart right here, because you know I always consider him as a big brother in the industry who taught me how to do things together. And he, you know, this is how I came today. So you know that's who
right.
I am today. He gave me my name, so this is where Body Chambers literally came from. But yeah, so are you guys are doing anything together?
We haven't talked about it yet, so I'm not going to say no. It's definitely possible. Um, I'm sure now the timing is just going to be even, you know, later on, because now he's got to deal with his family loss, and I send my condolences to him too. Good dude, solid dude. I love Mike to death. We've passed before, we hung out before, so I'm sure we can put something together, especially if you know, once he recovers and he's ready to go. Then I'm gonna
Right,
make, you know,
right.
give him his time and his space to grieve and all that. You know, there's no pressure. I mean, we can make music till we 100. So you know, we're both talented.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a lot of kings in AC. Um, I ain't got no problems with none of them. I salute all of them. They all doing their thing. I'm proud of them. You know, and even the young guys coming out of AC. You know, I'm considered the OG now. So you know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. How does it feel now you
um,
become the well, you're about to well, you're a veteran
yeah.
now until when you get 50 years old, then you become that pioneer that everybody's been speaking about. So as a vet, how are you and the children, you know, these young people with their music? I mean, I know you it's get a little stressful at times when you hear, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that to that person, you know. What is your intake about this?
Well, I grew up in a different era, so musically, my ears are tuned different than the new generation. Um, and by all means, no disrespect to them. They got the ball right now. They got to do what they got to do, and it's working because these guys are selling out concerts, selling out albums. Thank my son, who was 17, he keeps me in tune with a lot of it. When I don't understand it, he's like, "Yo, Dad, this is what they're talking about. This is what's going on." I'd be like, "Oh, well, he could have just said this," but you know, they got their own lingo, they got their own slang. So
Right.
I'm not, you know, everything I can't get right away because, like I said, I'm older. You know, I was born in the '80s and heard rap through the '90s and all the 2000s, so my tuning is a little different. But much respect to them. My son, he tries to get me to tap in and record like that, and I'm just like, I'm just a different cloth. That's all. But salute to him.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
different era for us. Let me ask you something. I know you got
right.
teenagers. Do they listen to old school music? Because my daughter, she listened to the old, I'm talking about Dusty's, like from the 50s and the 60s. She still listens to those type of music. And she also listened to, you know, um, who was the name of the group? Oh, just the Isley
Mm-hmm.
Brothers. She loved her the Isley Brothers and the OJs, and I'm like, girl, I haven't heard this song since my dad passed, you know. And she likes to listen. This is what she likes to listen to because she said, "Mama, the songs that are today, I cannot
Right.
relate to it." So what I did was I schooled her on your music, Slick Rick music, you know, and she tells me, she said, I like
Yeah.
Slick Rick. I like this. See, this is something I can relate to because all the other ones, no, I cannot. And it frustrates her. And I'm like, it frustrates you that bad? She said, Mama, Give Me Chance the Rapper. And you heard the story. When I heard Chance the Rapper, because she literally chased this man, broke her bike just so she can be with, take a picture, give him a hug, and she finally caught up with him. This girl here literally hopped the fence over Chance the Rapper.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
This girl is really losing over Chance the Rapper. So, did any other kids are like that when they see you, or what is their impact when they see you and when they see Shawn rock?
Well, ever since I put out the well, first let me get the first part of your question. My kids listen to older hip hop and stuff because I listen to it. So ever since they were born, no matter where they at in the house, you're going to either hear me, a Nas, a Jay-Z, a Big Daddy Kane. So they were already put into that tuning from a young age, so they know it. So it's not like they just started listening to rap and then I just threw on something and they would have been like, well, who's that? They've heard Biggie, they've heard LL, because that's all we play in the house. My wife, she plays the old school
Right.
R&B, and so they know that. So it's easier for my kids because they were brought up already listening to that. Like when I was younger, riding in the car with my mom and dad, it was the OJs, the Osley brothers, stuff like that. So it's up to the parents of the younger generation to keep the kids in tune with what came prior to what they're listening to now, so they understand where it started and how it got to where it is now. So
Exactly. And you know what? We got to knock on wood for these kids. Kids are 100. These here, what I want to say, the generation of X, Y, and Z, they hip. I mean, they really hip to the music today, and they hip to the music that we had in the past. So yes, I had to knock on wood for that one. So tell everybody, what is the best advice you can give any teenager, that trying to move, getting their own zone, getting their producing mode, because I know you done produced a lot of music and you also did your music as well. So tell them a lot. I mean, how can you give a big advice for somebody who's trying to do their own?
The best advice I ever got is to do what makes you happy. Do what you feel. Sometimes you get caught up in what's popular and you try to mimic that shit, and it might not work. It might not work for you. So if I don't like a song or it doesn't make me feel a certain way, you'll never hear it. So I'm not going to force myself to be something that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? My music is more universal. I might curse on one song. I might not curse at all the next song. It all depends what I feel. So if you do what you feel, you'll be all right. And what you got to understand is it is a business. It's a music business. So you just got to find your niche.
Yeah.
You got to know your audience. And I just had it in my mind. I lost it. Find your audience, and I lost it. But as long as you stay true to what you like. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. You can't please everybody, right? So no matter what type of music you like or listen to or put out, you're gonna have some that like it, some that don't. That's just the way it is. If you could please everybody, then everybody will be multi-billionaires in music or have fans everywhere, but it's just not possible. So as long as you find your lane, I say my advice is, besides doing what makes you happy, find your audience and zone in on that audience. Because as long as you have that audience, they're your fans forever. Of course, you want to try different things here and there. You can experiment. 1 or 2 songs, you might try this flow or this type of beat. But once you find what you're good at, and of course, you got to make it sound good. Let's not forget the most important thing. You can't just put out something that sounds terrible. And invest.
Right.
Invest. Get your own studio if you can, or at least your own microphone. And I tell my son, because my son is in the new generation. He's 17, and he likes to get his beats off of YouTube, which is fine if you're doing like a mixtape or something. But if you want to make money, buy your beats or get you a producer to make beats just catered to you, because you can only promote a beat that belongs to somebody else that you're rapping over, you're going to do but so much with that before you start getting hit for it's time to pay up.
My son does the same thing. He's 20 years old and still doing the YouTube people, getting music off of people YouTube. And I tell them, invest in yourself and let the people know how important is that to invest in yourself, since we're speaking on that.
Very important, because like, take a sport for instance, right? You want to be a football star, you want to be a basketball star. I never met a basketball player who didn't own their own basketball at some point. Or a soccer player who didn't have 2 or 3 soccer balls in his closet. So if you're in music and you want to be an artist, how can you not own something that belongs in that situation? Like, if I didn't have, I have my own studio. I'm lucky enough to blessed to have my own studio. But if I didn't, I would at least have my own microphone. So if I go to somebody's studio, and what people don't realize is all microphones don't sound good to your voice.
No, it don't. No, it don't. And and I tell a lot of people, you got to use your own voice. Don't use nobody else's
Well,
voice.
what I'm saying is, I bought my own microphone that I like, and when I record, I don't have to use a lot of these effects and everything on my voice when I record. And my microphone is so good, I carry my microphone with me when I go record at other people's studio. Yeah.
Really? I never knew that.
I pick it up, I bring it with me. So what I'll do is I'll get to the studio, I'll record the verse on their mic to see how clean and crisp it sounds. If I don't like it, I'll unscrew it and I put my mic in and we rock and roll. So you got to invest, because why wouldn't you want to spend money on yourself to be the best you can? Think of it like as fashion, right? You know how we big in fashion, right? You want to look good,
yeah.
So you go out and spend your money.
You gotta look good. You gotta spend that money.
So I want my music to sound good, so I pay for my own videos. I pay for my beats. I have my own equipment.
Wow.
That's all it is.
Wow. And and that's one thing I tell my son too. If you need a producer, I know plenty of them. Some of them so hard rock. So when I was doing my thing, and then I told you, I said, oh, I need to hurry up and get into the studio, which I still need to get in the studio, because I haven't touched the studio yet since I got those beats. I don't have all of them because I got a new phone now, but I still have the main ones that I was going to do. And I invested almost $2,000 in a hole. I put myself in a hole in order for me to invest for myself, and that's what I did. Sometimes you have to put yourself in a hole and put yourself in that position to where you got to make that decision if you're going to do your beat or invest in something.
It'll pay off in the long run.
What I did was invest. Yes. And I'm glad that you're on here, Shawn. I thought I was going to see Chucky Chuck. I don't know if you knew Chucky Chuck way back when, but he was supposed to be on here with you. Wow. Because he's by him being a pioneer. And when I say vet, you the vet, but he's the pioneer who gave us the ability to do the rap. So I'm going to him to come on here, but he haven't gotten on here. And I don't know, he may be a little bit busy, but anyway, like I said, Shawn, thank you again. Tell the people how they can find your music, where can they find your music at,
Well, since we're on Instagram, of course I run all my stuff through Instagram, videos and everything. But my music is on every platform, whether you're streaming or downloading. All my videos are on YouTube. You can search, what's my YouTube? My YouTube, I believe, is Shawn Rock _ the Don, which should be the same as my Instagram. And if you go to my Instagram, at the top of my bio, there's a tap link. It's called Tap Link. There's a link. If you hit that link, it'll take you to a page where everything is right there. The music, the videos, the interviews, the awards, the press articles, and you just pick what you want and rock and roll from there. So I'm easy to find if you're looking for me.
Cool. Hey, and then not only that, y'all can also go Google
Yeah,
him because he is on
yeah,
Google
I'm
now.
on Google.
Hey, Jesse, oh my God, Jesse. I don't know if you knew Jesse Campbell.
I'm not sure.
Jesse Campbell seems he was the '90s era. When we're speaking about the '90s
Right.
era, he done wrote a lot of
That's
songs.
dope.
He done sung a lot of songs, and he's really, I'm very impressed because he's still singing today, and I'm thankful that he's still singing all the R&B songs that we listened to when we were kids coming up in the '90s and all the way to now. So thank you, Mr. Jesse Campbell is in the building,
Salute, man.
guys. We got George Newman in the building. Oh my goodness, everybody is coming along. So shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Mr. George Newman. These guys here came from when we were little kids, like teenagers, 9 and 10, 11 years old type of.
Yep.
So when they brought it out, they came out with the
Yeah.
songs. And now we're listening to them today. So yes, you never know who's going to be on Bonnie Chambers' platform. I always say
Hey,
that. But yes, so
as a matter of fact,
yes, and Shawn,
salute to you, man. I see you doing the thing with the live. I commend you on that.
thank you, Shawn. And what is your last final thoughts before we end this live?
I just want to say thank you to everybody, first of all, who's tuned in on here. I can see people commenting and everything. And even though I ain't shot you out, I see you. I'm shouting you all out right now. I thank everybody for the support they've been showing on the music, the videos, everything. We got some stuff coming. It's going to be a good year. Bonnie, you keep doing what you're doing. We watching. We got your back, as always. AC forever. And salute to all my artists
Yes,
too, man. We got some work to do. It's a couple of projects they want me on, and I'm just trying to make it happen because, like I said, I took some time off for the family, but we back in it. And the Don is here.
yes.
The Don
The
is here.
Don is here, y'all. He's in the bill. And you know what? Like I was telling Mikey, I'm gonna have to come to AC soon. But there's a lot going on in Chicago that I'm dealing with right now. But soon, the weather break, and it look like I'm gonna have to come out there either next week or week after because I would like to attend to Mikey's mom's, funeral service. So, well, I'm not going to say funeral service. I'm going to say the homegoing because that's what it is, the homegoing. Yep. So I wanted to let you all know I will be out there 2 weeks from today. I will be catching the bus. I won't be getting on nobody's plane.
Oh, you don't fly?
I won't get on nobody's plane because I know now.
It's so fast. You got it. I love it.
But AC don't have you know what I found out? AC don't have Atlantic City, Jersey do not have an airport.
We do. We have one. It's not in the city. It's on the outskirts, but we have one. Spirit runs through there. So if you fly Spirit,
that's in what's the Norway?
No, if you fly Spirit Airlines, it'll drop you. It's probably like 10-15 minutes outside the city. It's more of what would you call that? Mays Landing. The airport is Egg Harbor Township. It's in Egg Harbor Township.
Text that to me. Text it to me so I know how to get out there. Because I know how to catch the bus out there. You're not going to take me 2.5 days to get there, but I'll be there.
No, you fly right into. It's actually called AC Airport and Spirit Airlines.
AC Airport.
Spirit Airlines.
It's Spirit Airlines.
It'll drop you right in.
And I love catching
Yep,
Spirit.
it'll drop you right in probably about no more than 15 minutes outside the city, and it's a straight drive from there.
Okay, well, thank you. Spirit Airlines, AC Airport. Make sure I don't forget it. Text that to me. Shawn, thank you. I'm about to bring Poncho in the building because Poncho was a rap artist before he became a boxer.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
So, yes, let me see if he's here. Let me see if he's here. I see him waving, but let me make sure he's here. Nope, he's not in the building. I'm sorry. So I will get in contact with Poncho ASAP because he's supposed to come right after you because I have two more
Yeah, stay
interviews
busy. I
today.
like it.
So I have to. You know, I learned it from you guys. You know how I'm supposed to stay busy, keep my mind going, make sure I'm internet. Because if you ain't networking, you ain't
And all
working.
you're doing is perfecting your craft. So next thing you know, you have a podcast or a video channel, a blog, a vlog, or whatever they call it now. I can't keep up with it.
I know, right?
Yeah, so yeah.
The
Yeah.
bloggers. You know, I become one of the
Yep. So
bloggers.
yeah, just
Yes.
keep doing what you're doing,
So
perfecting that.
thank you,
No
Shawn,
doubt.
for that. And hopefully I get my own TV talk show so I can bring
See, there
everybody
you
in.
go.
That's what I'm working on
Your
right
mind is
now.
already on the right path, so you keep at it.
Well, thank you, Shawn, so much. And welcome, everybody. If you're all just joining in, this is Shawn Rock. Make sure you all go follow him. Positive mind, positive energy. You can't let nobody take your joy away from you. Thank you. Salute to you
Salute.
again, King. Keep it moving, keep it going. Hey, I got to get those new albums so I can put it back on my phone again. Even though my phone dead, but I'm still got to load it back
I'm gonna
up.
send
So
you. I'm gonna
let
I'm
me
gonna send
know.
you a link to the album so you can check it out and check out the video we just put out in honor of my son that we lost. Is on it's on Instagram. It's the first post tag pin to the top of the profile.
Okay, yes, I will be doing that. I will do that. That'd be the first thing I'd
All
do.
right.
Tap on your name and go straight to the link. But yes, Shawn, thank you again. And we'll see each other soon.
Yep, I'll be looking forward to it. I'll at you. Salute.
All
All right.
right, see ya.
Later.
Later.